He's right behind you. Yo, 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 we live, we live, we live. What's happening, Frost?
Not much. What's up?
Ain't too much, man. You know what I'm saying? We just outside enjoying this cool weather. But wait for some people to pile up in here, man. But before everybody pile up in here, man, we about a week and a half ago, we got up here and we were trying to figure out the name. And I don't know if anybody jumped in your email, brother, to give us some names. But as of right now, man, we're going to roll with kickstands down. Let me know what y'all think about that, man. So we'd like to welcome everybody to Kickstands Down. You got your main man, Trouble, a.k.a. Left Lane Bully. And who are you, my wonderful co-host?
Yeah, everybody, I'm the co-host today. So it's your boy Frost, out here. I don't feel good today, so I'm kind of, sitting back and taking a back seat today. But whenever we came up with the show, we asked a couple people what kind of ideas they had for a title, for a name, blah blah blah. We've got Kickstands Down, which seems to, pretty much be hitting, and we had Bike Night, which ended up being the second highest voted one so far. Um, like Trouble said, let us know what you guys think. We definitely want to hear from you. We definitely want to know what's going on. I see we got a viewer in the house. I appreciate you showing up. Appreciate you being
Absolutely.
here. So yeah, man, why don't you oh crap.
Yeah, he definitely don't feel good. He dropping the phone and
Yeah,
everything.
see, I told you. I tried telling everybody. I tried giving a fair warning. But
Hey, you gave
why
your
don't you give us
disclaimer.
that disclaimer?
Right, you gave us your disclaimer already, so I'm gonna give you
I
ours.
know, right?
Well, as of right now, Red, what's up, Red? I think kickstands down. All right, bet. Red said kickstands down. So, disclaimer, ladies and gentlemen, for the live viewers and the people who be going back to like, share, and subscribe later on. Here's a disclaimer. These are our thoughts and opinions, our thoughts and opinions only. These thoughts and opinions do not reflect on our prospective clubs or affiliations. Just two regular guys out here trying to spread some good gospel, get some good content going on, get some good communication going on, and keep this thing rocking, man. So um, we're going to go ahead and dive in. So if you're looking at it, you can see the title, Cuts, Colors, and Rags. And what is that? You know what I mean? I hear it a lot. I've heard it a lot. You got people that out here that don't even know what it is. So we're just gonna dive into it, man. There's three names. Um, Not to be too political about it, but a lot of people, um, confuse the names. They combine them and they call one more than they call the other. And um, there is no solid way to say whether you're right or wrong on that. All right, but from my point of view. And my education and things of that nature have been around for a little bit, but a cut. Let's start right there. Where did it come from? Why is it called a cut? A cut is just a naked vest. All right. So you can go into your local biker shop. You can go into out here in North Carolina. We got Cycle Gears and your Harley Davidson shops. Harley Davidson might have the Harley Davidson logos on them, but it's still a cut. It's just a naked vest. um, the color part, the colors come into like club colors. All right. So that's your prospective club that you have or that you're thinking about joining. Those are their actual motorcycle colors. Um, like whether it be red and black or black and gold or black and white or purple and pink. You know what I mean? Whatever the prospective club is, that's what that is. Now, when you combine the two, you have a set of rags. So, with that being stated, there's a lot of people out here that actually have a set of rags that are not even on the motorcycle set. Think about it. So, boys and girls clubs, right? You got they have their setup. You know, it's plain at first, and as they achieve certain goals and missions, they start to place patches on them, right? Okay. So as they go through their journey, the more patches they get, the more distinct they look, and it's just a rag setup. So in a synopsis of it, if you get your cut and you have your colors, you place them together, you got a set of rags on. Frost, what you say about that, brother?
I say that you are absolutely right. On top of that, I want to say thanks to Kenyatta from Big Boneyard Clips Unofficial for showing up and being yet another live viewer. I appreciate you taking the time out to join us tonight. But I can go a little bit further in depth than that as far as
Absolutely.
colors go, because when you think about colors, most people don't even know the meaning behind their colors. They don't know what them colors are supposed to represent, what they stand for. And you know, it really bothers me whenever I get out here and I see people that's not being taught the proper knowledge.
Right.
Cuz when I joined, I was thirsty. I wanted to know it all, and I still do. My grandfather taught me a long time ago, knowledge is power, and from that I took off and I ran. I've got so much useless knowledge up here, it ain't even funny. It ain't ever gonna benefit me or anybody else, but I've got it.
Right.
But with colors, you also have to think about it's not only your patches, it's also soft colors. So with soft colors, a lot of people, depending on what set they're from or what club they're from, they might call them support shirts. Now, that's the t-shirt that everybody sees with the emblems and the logos and everything on it, the club names and everything. But with soft colors, it's a little bit different than a support shirt because it's the shirts that's for the club specifically. There's a certain design that you use for your bros or your sisses or both, depending on whether or not your club's co-ed and does that kind of thing. So with soft colors, it's mainly a t-shirt. That's something that you can rep anytime, whenever you're out and about, help promote you and your bros and everything else. A lot of bros on our set, you'll see, will wear the soft colors up underneath their rags. And most people can tell you, this color means this, that color means that, but they don't know the significance of whatever the image may be. Now, that image could be a face, it could be wheels, it could be chains, it could be skulls, flames. You know how wide and everything people go with their actual designs. So, there's meanings behind that stuff too. And everybody needs to take the time whenever you're joining to actually learn all the knowledge you can learn. So you heard us talking last time about the hang around period and the prospect period. And on the hang around period, so what that is to me is the time for you to go out and hang out with this club. See, hey, is this club right for me? Is this a club that I want to join? Something like that. Or at the same time, it's time for them bros to say, maybe we like them hanging around, blah, blah, blah. You might even be offered to prospect just from hanging around a couple times. But I recommend actually taking the time to sit back, learn a little bit of knowledge, see how everybody moves, and see what you can take away from that. Ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask questions. I hear it all the time that people's afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask questions. There's not a
Absolutely.
bro out here that I have met that will run you off from asking a question, unless it's a stupid one that you don't have business asking. But if it's a
Absolutely.
knowledge based question, all them bros will support you in gaining that knowledge. And
Absolutely.
if
And
they don't, it might not be for you.
that part. Another rule of thumb. Um, Make sure that your approach is the right approach. Um, just don't walk up on everybody and anybody. Hey, I got a question, and interrupt conversations, because you never know what's going on. That conversation might not be for you, and 9 times out of 10, if you're hanging around said clubs, trying to get the knowledge and understand how the set actually operates, make sure that you do it from the safety of comfort. Um, a lot of people, have different backgrounds. Okay, I'll just leave it at that. So make sure that if you're going to approach um, some guys, some gals, make sure you stay in the eyes view. That way they can acknowledge you. Like, okay, just give me a second. What's going on? You okay? Yeah, I'm good. I just got a quick question. Okay, cool. Shoot. That's usually how it goes. I haven't ran into an instance where I couldn't ask a question. The only dumb question is the one that hasn't been asked. Um, like my bro Frost said, I'm a sucker for knowledge too, man. I don't know it all. I know what a solid foundation is. I know how to grow a solid foundation, but I don't know it all. So um make sure that hang around period, man. If you actually want to thinking about doing this whole biker stuff, man, get into that hang around period. You know what I'm saying? Bump some elbows, bump some shoulders with some good people, or ask around. Hey, look, I'm new to the area. Even if you ain't new to the area, you're new to the set, so you're new to the area. So bump some shoulders, man. Ask some questions. That's why me and my guy Frost are here, man. There's other channels as well that are here. You got Black Dragon, you got the Boneyard. I mean, you got a lot of people that you can bump shoulders with,
You
that
got
you can jump on these
Hollywood
channels.
at
You got
Insane
Hollywood,
Throttle. You got
Insane
Mike
Throttle.
Ball at Insane Wheels. There's a lot of people out here, Sos the Ghost. There's a lot of people that have channels that try to give knowledge. And we're all going to have a different perspective. And that's what we keep telling you all the time. We're coming from a new perspective y'all ain't seen yet. Everyone
Nope,
out here is diamonds. We're not.
nope. Regular schmojos on bikes. But
You
there is a question from Boneyard Clips, unofficial. Um, she said, "Trouble. What's the hardest part of being a pres/VP?" I love the interaction, and we definitely can talk about that.
Yeah,
Um,
that was a good question from bro.
yeah,
He will give you some good ones, I'm telling you.
yeah, yeah. So me personally, Trouble, aka Left Lane Bully. Uh, the hardest part about being a president or a vice president is basically, for me, would be getting the guys that you are forming a relationship with to trust you. Um, Being a pres and or a vice president, you're at a certain stature. First and foremost, you should know a certain amount of things. You should know how to move. You should know how to operate. So, with that being said, you can't sugarfoot and lie your way through circumstances or issues that may arrive. Um, you can't be everybody's friend. I think that might be the hardest part about being, in those top seats. Me personally, been in both. Um, I love the number two, which is the vice president. Um, but
See, I
the
always like
hardest
number three. I like being the
you
Sarge,
do.
man. I love it.
I hated the number three when I was a number three.
I
I
love
hated
Sarge,
it.
bro.
I'm gonna tell you why I hated. I'm gonna tell you why I hated the sergeant at arms, man. Because that
You're
word
supposed
alone,
to.
that you're right. You're right. And they're supposed to hate me. But We'll get into that later on. But
Yeah, that's another
the
show.
main reason that's another show because we can talk about that all night. But the reason why I hated, just real quick, why I hated the number 3 position is because not only are you a stickler for the bylaws, but everybody and their moms in the club came to you for every little thing that had nothing to do with the MC. And I hated it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm telling you, I've been on the phone. Look, Red's in the comments right now. She can tell everybody here. I have been on the phone at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, and her be cussing me out, talking about, look, I'm ready to go to bed. Okay, you need to get off the phone. I'm like, look, I'm trying to handle this club shit. But sometimes that happens. You got to handle some stuff. And it's not always about the club, and it's not going to be, which is why I loved being the Sarge, because I wanted my people to know that they could come to me. And
Mhm.
there's a big thing about men speaking up and talking about their problems, their issues, their feelings, any of that kind of shit. And I'm one of them people that don't judge because I've had a hard time. I know how it goes. And honestly, I know sometimes for some people, just having that ear
Yeah,
can help a bro or assist, and you not even realize that you did that much for them.
right.
So being the Sarge, man, and everybody coming to me, I loved it because I knew that I was able to be there. If I couldn't help with the situation immediately, I could at least be an ear for that bro or that sis. And I could be on the phone to be like, you know what? I got you. I might not have you, but I'm here for you. If you need an ear, I'm here.
Yeah.
I've lost bros. I've had bros that have lost loved ones. In 2021, between Red and I, we lost 17 people in 17 consecutive weeks. One person a week in 17 weeks in a row.
Mm.
And if it wouldn't have been for, my bros and each other, family and friends, being that ear, that was a really tough time. It really was. That was a lot of losses in a very short amount of time.
Absolutely.
So I always liked it because honestly, you know me, and
I do.
half these people on here know me. I don't give a shit. You don't like me? Oh well. With all due
I'm different.
disrespect, with all due with all due disrespect, kiss my ass because I'm still gonna be me. Now, for those
Fact.
of you that do like me because I'm real and because I'll tell you and I have no problem doing so, I appreciate y'all. I do. I love y'all. But that's
You
why I
stupid.
like being Sarge, because Sarge isn't liked. Sarge isn't supposed to be liked. I wasn't meant to be liked. I was put in a position that I was in because I'm a stickler and I'll stay on that ass whenever I need to and make sure that I get stuff taken care of. And it can be a pain sometimes too, because as a Sarge, you got people like you who's VP and Prez and higher up that can be like, nah, let's not do that. Let's not do that, blah, blah, blah. Okay. I hated it because there were so many times I wanted to put my foot down and I got stopped.
Hey, hey,
And
that's
not just me, but other clubs. I've listened in the chat. As you know, I've been doing stuff with BD and Boneyard and everybody for a long time, Hollywood, all of them. So I be in the chats every show. And I got people on there that's like, you know what? I hate being in this position because I feel like I don't have the authority to do what I need to do. And honestly, a lot of clubs will give you that authority.
yeah,
They make sure that you earn that authority to get it. But at the
absolutely,
same time, there's a lot of clubs that don't give you that authority, that need to give you that authority and just take a step back. Like, look, you put me here, so let me do this. Let me handle this.
absolutely,
It,
absolutely. Everything comes down to a vote. They voted you in a position for a right thing, so you got to do your thing, man. Armor, what's good, man? What's shaking, bacon? We got another question, man. We about to be rolling, bro. Says Boneyard, what's happening? Said what makes a good Pred slash VP team in y'all book? Should they be opposite personality wise? Should they be similar? Is VP there to check the prayers or back up his decisions? And I love it. And I'm about to dive
Ooh,
in.
I told you,
Dive in.
bro. Ken is coming with the shit tonight. I love it.
I love it. And I'm about to dive into it too. So, first question was what makes a good prayer slash VP team? Okay, what makes a good team in my eyes? Um, someone who doesn't agree all the time. Um, for example, president is the face. Okay, that's the face of the club. But who actually runs it? The vice president, right? So, with that being said, there has to be a trust factor in place, right? So, those two individuals of said club have to not only work side by side, not only have to keep in constant communication, because if you are in a club, you know how vigorous a club life can be. All right, so you have to be on the same page about bylaws and protocols. That's it. There's no bend in the corner on that one. You got to be on the same page. Got to be a stickler because you're the leaders. All right, you set the precedent. You set the example. But what makes a good team in my eyes, the unsaids. So with me, I can have a conversation with said individuals, and I can come back and tell my number one, hey, listen, I had a conversation with said. This is what was said, and this is how I handle it. What do you think? One or two things is going to happen. Well, I wish you would have either called me first because you're hooked up, or all right, cool deal. Thanks for giving me the heads up. Now he knows he's in the know. He or she, excuse me, not discrediting uh, motorcycle clubs or co-ed
Social
clubs,
clubs.
social clubs, none of that. Car clubs, whatever. Not discrediting any of that. But and then should they be opposite personality wise? I think it's good to have a difference of personalities. I really do. Me, um, I'm straightforward. I don't like to sugarcoat. Um, I do listen. I listen to understand. I don't listen to respond. There's a difference. Um, but personality wise, yeah, you need a mix. I wouldn't have two angry number ones and twos because there's going to be a lot of situations that you're going to get yourself caught up in. You got to have somebody with a level head. Um, oh yeah, we definitely gonna read that. Got somebody. You got to have somebody with level head. You got to have somebody that's about that action. Can't both be about that action at the same time. Uh, is the VP there to check prayers or back up his decisions? Actually, the VP is there actually to back up. In my eyes. Now, with that backing up, if the prayers is wrong, you don't check in public. I hope everybody heard that.
Now, see, I find it the other way around.
Ooh, controversy. We talked about this a week and a half ago. Let's get it.
I'm telling you. So, all right, with all the clubs I've seen and heard and everything else, the VP is the one that's handling what the Sarge can't handle right off the top. So all the really important shit, your Sarge is going to your VP and he's like, yo, look, I need to talk to you about this, blah, blah, blah. Because, chain of command is a respect thing. When you get a position, respect it. So you go and you talk to him because I didn't respect it. I'll go ahead and tell y'all now. So respect it because with them positions, you got to work together. It is a team, it is a brotherhood, it is a family. And the VP is who runs the day to day inside the club.
Agreed.
Your Prez is the one that runs the outside and the overall. So that's the face. never at any time should your prez and your VP, and yes, Omer, you're correct. The VP should do both. But never at any time should you be out here showing your ass and disrespecting your VP or your prez or any officer if you're just a regular fullback. Now, that being said, you know, you got to support them decisions. If you got something that you need to talk about, be respectful, pull that bro to the side, pull whatever rank you need to the side, handle that situation. But that VP needs the backup of the prez. I don't see it the other way around, because the VP is the one that you're going to go to and is going to make that decision. And then that VP is going to be like, hey, I handled this, blah, 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 and go to the prez. So you're pretty much, once you're VP, you're pretty much handling the situation and then telling the prez what you did to handle that situation. Now, at the same time, you should have your prez on the phone while you handling that situation, so you can tell him, this is my perspective, this is my point of view, and he should back you or she should back you. Now, that's not always done. And I like to say, you hear me say it all the time, if you cannot make a difference with that patch or that position, I mean, without that patch or that position, you will not make a difference with it. So anything that you can do without that patch, you can do with it. Anything that you can, any differences that you can make it no matter what your position is. I have seen prospects come in and change a whole perspective of a club because they had a really good idea. And the rest of
Right.
the club backed that up because they voiced it. And that's the problem, is a lot of people don't know how to voice it. Either that or they have problems and they don't want to handle it at church. So when you
Hmm.
go to church, I've never been to church and then not say, look, is there anything else that we need to address? Never, not once.
So
Speak up.
I got a question, Frost. I'm new to the set. I don't know any other church but Tabernacle where you get dressed up and you see people dance. So what do you mean by church?
So with church, what we mean is every month is what we did. Once a month, we all got together, the entire club, mandatory, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Don't miss it because you will get fined or you will get put on probation. Yes, we are that strict in motorcycle clubs. So, whenever you go, it's a meeting for the entire club. Let's talk about what's going on inside the club. Let's talk about upcoming events for the club. If your club is one of the clubs that's making money, let's go over the books. Let's go over everything. Do you have any important stuff that you need to talk about today? If you got a problem with that, bro, tell church. Tell that bro and talk to that bro first and foremost. But if y'all can't work it out, take it to church. Talk about it. Put a vote on it.
Yep.
And
Yep.
you're not always going to win.
Nope.
You're not. Sometimes you will lose.
Mhm.
I have went and had 5, 6 bros behind me talking about, yeah, bro, I got your back, blah, blah, blah. We get in there to go vote, and I'm all alone
Yep.
because they all got spooked last second and didn't want to speak up.
Correct.
And that's not always true. Like I said, you will win some, but you're going to lose some too. So don't get butt hurt just because you lost. You're still
Nah.
bros at the end of the day. I've got bros I don't talk to on a daily basis. I've got bros I talk to maybe once or twice a year. But if those bros called me and said that they need me, I'll be there. I don't speak
Absolutely.
bad about them. Even the bros that have done me dirty, and I've been done dirty, even the bros that did me dirty, I don't associate about it. I ain't got time for it. If
Mm-mm.
somebody mentions something, I'll be like, oh, really? Okay, I didn't know that. Blah, blah, blah. Don't speak ill of your bros. Don't jump
Yep.
into that click crowd. Don't be one of them, like Black Dragon says, rah rah boys.
Absolutely.
Don't do it.
Absolutely. Nah.
It hurts
It's
your club.
I was just about to say that it's a bad look for yourself, not only yourself, but you're a reflection of your club, man. If you happen to make it past the prospecting period and you become a fullback, you are now a direct derivative of that particular club. So anything you can say and will do, not to be confused with the boys in blue, but it will affect your club. So just be smart. Um, Omer had a few things that he said. Did we address those?
Let's see. So the club doesn't see the management riff or misunderstanding, could have been oversight or something. Now people start to feel like the head is fucked up. And
Correct.
that happens too. That happens too. Whenever you've got the higher ups all arguing with each other, I've been there. I've done that. It makes some of the, smaller guys in the club start to think about stuff. Hey, are we really in a good spot? Are we going to be okay? That stuff that, like Omer said, could cost you members and have you losing members. So there's a time and a place for all that. Anybody that is in a position, every club out here should have a chat set up just for officers. If you need to address something, take it to that one. Don't take it to the one that involves all of the club members. Take it to the one that's only officers, only the higher ups. If you
Yeah.
need one, set one up with just Pres and VP. Set one up with
Correct.
just the top three.
Correct.
However you need to do it, set it up to where you can have that. And speaking of church and setting stuff up, Red had a comment about keeping notes during church.
Oh my God.
Taking
Where's the
them
bill?
minutes.
Where's the bill? God damn it. Ding. We gotta get us a bill.
Exactly. So, with that being said, everybody, you can always help out the show and send in something. We have already talked about it before, and we are going to try to get all the proper equipment set up as soon as we can. Um, we're still working from our cell phones right now. And thank
Absolutely.
God we got two different cell phones because mine don't do half the stuff his does, but mine does all the stuff his don't do. So that worked out great. So if you want to show some love, it's right there on the Cash App. And you can also email either one of us at thatoneguyfrost@gmail.com or Troubles Corner, Troubles with a Z, Corner with a K at gmail.com.
Absolutely. Absolutely. If the president and VP are into it, who helps resolve that? Is it the sergeant at arms? I assume it happens a lot with motherfuckers' egos out there.
So
So we both said it. Get it, get it, get it.
I don't like you right now because you know how I feel about this question. So if the top two is having at it, you need to say something as Sarge, okay? Sarge, speak up. Now, if you can't get these boneheads to come together to agree on something, I know that a lot of people don't agree with this, and it's gonna step on a lot of toes. Take it to national. Get
If
on
you
to
have
national.
one. If you got one.
If you got a national, take it to national. If you ain't got a national, take it to mother chapter. If you are mother chapter, I feel so sorry for y'all.
You
I
should
do.
you should not be having this
I
issue.
hate it. But y'all need to call an emergency meeting, take a vote, put it in front of church, and that's when you bring it to the attention of people. Because yeah, that will end up affecting everybody.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes, and like Red said, egos. Egos, everybody
Ego.
has them. Even females, males, it don't matter. I don't care what color set you're on, who you repping for. If you don't rep for nobody and you're an individual rider, you got a big ass head. because I got a
Yeah.
big ass head. She told me earlier my head was so big it wasn't even going to be able to fit in a room anymore because I was sitting in there talking. And I admit it. I'm a cocky motherfucker. I will admit it. But I try to, see all the views, all the angles. And I might miss one or two here and there. I apologize about that. But I try to see them all. Look at you, man. You just coming with all the stuff tonight.
All of it, all the heat.
You want this one?
What is the real meaning of out bad? Now listen, before we dive into that, right? I
Let's put
want to
them on
say,
solo layout.
yeah, right. Before we dive all the before we dive into the out bad, right? The whole hang around process is very important. All right, guys, ladies, very important because you can, believe it or not, you can see what we're talking about without being a past member. You can see what we're talking about without being a prospect. You can see what we're talking about in the hang around period. So that's why it's so important. Um, the club doesn't choose you; you choose the club. That's the way I feel. Um, but they do have
Nah,
to
nah,
accept
nah,
you.
nah.
They do have to hold on, hear me out. They do have to accept you, though. You know what I'm saying? But ultimately, it's your choice whether you're going to start that mission or not. They're not going to force you to do it. But you get what I'm saying?
You you put the club in front of you, but at the end of the day, I think it's the bros that choose.
I'm talking about like somebody who doesn't like know anything about it. You know what I mean? Know anything about the set or anything club life talk. You know what I'm saying? Like we're already in stuff. So you're right. But like somebody that is just like an ordinary Joe Smo, like, yeah, we can talk to him. We can go out there and reach out to him, but it's up to him to make a move. You can't force him to. But that's just my thought, though. You got your opinion. You know what I mean? What is the real meaning of out bad? All right, so listen,
That's what I was waiting for.
listen. So I'm gonna touch it, right? I ain't gonna punch it. I'm gonna just touch it. So there's a lot of people who use that term, um, and they use it illegitimately. Um, a lot of people want to say, "Oh, that this person was out bad because he didn't. Well, he cussed me out, and uh, he didn't come to church on time every time, so he's out bad." Does that justify being out bad though, or does that justify a fine in the conversation? Um, to be out bad is exactly what it sounds like. You have to do something bad to the eyes of the brotherhood slash sisterhood that cannot be come back from. You can't come back from it. Um, and out bad is usually off the set. Period. Your face is no longer good. It's a wrap. So whatever you did, there's no taking it back.
Yep.
I don't know what you did, but when that name gets slapped on you, it's just like somebody saying, "Oh, I would give you a job, but you're a felon." It ain't going nowhere. That name smacked on you, it ain't going nowhere. It's there.
You know, I got told one time because you talking about the whole felon thing. See, I got a mile long book of stuff, right? But
Right,
somehow I have managed to not take the title of a felon. I don't know how, but I have. So I got hit with one time and went to court. Had to pay a bunch of money. Got it dropped down to a misdemeanor. Thank God. But it stayed on my record for a minute. And you know that I couldn't get a job nowhere. Even the places that said that they was gonna hire felons did not hire felons.
right,
And then we got other places like here in North Carolina. Everybody knows this is a big chicken state. So Tyson, Case Farms, all that stuff, they're big around here. They hire any and everybody. You know that I went up there to get a job and they told me that they could hire me, but I would have to go to prison and get my job through work release because of my background. And I was like, I'm not even a felon. But you hire felons and you bring in inmates to come work. Like, I don't get it. People say they
I don't
hiring, but
either.
they ain't really hiring. Either that or they say they hiring, but they offering so little, don't nobody want to even try to go into that one anyways. Anyways,
So if you're out bad, bro, is that the same thing as not being hireable on the set?
yes. So it's not even okay. It's not even that. Oh, right. So there's still some clubs, that
Agreed.
might be stupid enough to give you that chance. But if their club is respected at all and is a recognized club, out bad you ain't coming back from that because you done did something that you shouldn't have done. You messing with them boys or saying something, you done did something to one of your bros or something that you can't come back from. And I mean,
Absolutely.
I know a couple people that's, got put out bad.
Me
And
too.
one of them, they got put out of uh support club and then decided, you know what, I'm gonna try to go to big boy club and then got put out of it too. So now there's no coming back because that's just the way that they are.
Yeah.
And see, that guy was actually he was on the white set. So it
Mm,
kind of surprised me because I didn't know that they did it the same way over on the white set. I really didn't. And finding that out, I was kind of like, you know what? I got a little bit more respect for y'all because I ain't know y'all did it like that. And they was like, yeah, he done messed up and messed up big and then wanted to come and try to play with the big boys and then messed up even worse. So we can't be having him out here like that. Now
right.
that dude tried forever, and now he's rocking t-shirts and ripped up jeans. Probably got on some slides, looking like a squid out here on the bike. But it's just the way it is. You don't want to be put out bad, and
Mm,
I never get put out bad because yeah, I've been put out of clubs and it ain't always fun. Sometimes, you miss your bros regardless because you had them connections and you can't make up for it. But at the same time, there's some things you can come back from.
there is.
But it's mainly like, I heard last night on the Big Boneyard, they hit it like 20 times. And it's the most honest thing that, I can think of. And that's as a man, there's a certain level of respect
Correct.
and a certain way that you are supposed to uphold yourself and put yourself out there. And if you out here as a grown man just acting a fool, come on, bro. You know better. Or come on, sis. You know better.
Correct.
Because I've seen it all the way around. I've seen people mess up, and 9 times out of 10, I was normally the one that was messing up. But that's why I can get on here and talk to everybody now, because I done been there. I done did that. I done went through it. And now I can speak on it because I finally got that knowledge. And if I ain't got that knowledge, I've got all the connections to get that knowledge.
Right.
And that's one thing I got to say about my man Trouble right here. This bro right here has been with me for a minute now, and we wasn't even in the same club, but we
Nope.
bros. We actually, hit it off. Our clubs got along. We're both, support and all that. And this bro was an ear to me when I needed one extremely bad.
Yeah.
And I was grateful. And that's what I went back to earlier, going back to that about just being an ear. That's what I loved about it. I could just be an ear for somebody. And sometimes that can really help.
Yeah. Most definitely, man. And I appreciate you too, brother. You were here for me too. The thing is, what people got to realize is, man, although you hear the good, bad, and ugly about motorcycle clubs, um, it's easy to get intimidated if you're talking to the wrong person. It's easily to judge if you don't know. Um, the thing is, you got to have a passion for what you do, man. Um, everybody that I know of that's for real about it has a passion about bikes. I don't know everything there is to know about a motorcycle. I know how to work on mine. I know what mine is. You know what I mean?
You
But
doing better than I do because my Yankee ass don't know how to work on shit. I keep getting asked all the time why my bike's broke down. I'm like, look, YouTube ain't got a video on it. The shops don't want to mess with it. And to be completely honest, I'm worried about moving first and foremost. So I ain't really worried about the bike right now. I get that soon. Either way, I'm still out here on the scene. I'm still making face. I'm still doing what I gotta do. And I'm still able to show that love and get that love because of the respect level that I have come with.
yeah,
So I don't know how to work on my shit, so you already doing better than me.
hey, look, bro, each one teach one. Where we heard that from? You feel me? So
That sounds
ain't nothing
kind of
to it, man.
familiar.
Yeah, some guy. I don't know. I met him a couple of times. I got his book, but I don't know him.
So
Shout out to Prophet, man.
exactly. So about these rags, man.
What's up, brother?
I see some people, you know, that get told or have to go through the situation to where the cuts that they want to get ain't the cuts that they want to get. They got to get a certain style, a certain type, or my favorite, a certain material because that's what is necessary. And as you know, the leather versus denim debate, especially in a state like here in North Carolina where we both are, where it be hot as a mug and they got us in all black in black leathers and all you want in some standstill traffic is a denim cut because them denim rags is just a little bit cooler. How many times have you about died out there from a heat stroke?
Hey, man, listen. That's why hydration is important, brother. Uh,
I
so
drink my Coronas and it don't get me nowhere.
that's the problem. So I do majority of my festivities during the cooler months. I'll have a few drinks, you know what I'm saying, during my warmer months, but I'm not going to be that guy that falls off that bike or cramps up every fucking 5 miles because I didn't hydrate. So, uh, rule of thumb, everybody, you know what I'm saying? It depends on which way you want to go. You know what I'm saying? You want to go and be on that side, or you want to go and be on this side, or you want to go over here and politic with them. Whatever you decide to do, hydrate regardless, because all of them get hot. It don't even matter. All of them get hot. It's
Okay,
just
so let
those
me ask you
leathers are a
this.
little bit hotter. Uh
As a support bro,
huh.
you don't have that option to pick the material that you want. How does that make you feel? And see, this is what I talk about when I say we're coming from new perspectives.
Yeah.
We have certain guidelines that we have to follow. See, there's a difference between protocol, bylaws, and the rules that support clubs have to follow.
Right.
So we have our protocols, our bylaws, and then on top of that, we have the rules and regulations set by our big bros. And in a situation like that, how do you feel about being told you got to earn your denim?
Me personally, it's not really a big thing for me. Um, I didn't. I like the way it looks though. I'm not going to front. I think it's more of a, for me. It would be more of a fashion statement because I like the way it looks, and I'm pretty sure it does feel better, way better. But um, it doesn't bother me as much, bro. I'm just gonna be honest with you because I done got so used to the damn leather now. You know what I'm saying? So, but I do see um other clubs rocking the denim though. They do have.
And see, I've seen it too. And the thing that really got me on that one was, it's hot in leathers, and I admit that you should have to earn it because history, protocol, culture, first and foremost, culture. So y'all hear that?
Culture, culture, yeah.
So first and foremost, so I agree with it, but I disagree with it at the same time because in North Carolina, for example, I know clubs on the white and the black set,
Uh-huh.
and I can see, certain clubs where certain chapters are able to wear it, but not the
Yeah,
entire club. And there's certain chapters that get told no, you can't do that. And that's where, we was talking last time about your regional rules and all that.
right.
And how I said, it can actually go down smaller than even regional, and depending on what your AO is
Hmm.
and what your AO will allow.
Yeah,
And just so you guys know, your AO is your closest dominant and your closest chapter or charter for the diamonds that you will go to. So if I'm all the way out here away from, like, 2 hours away from where he's at, for example, his AO might have different rules than what my AO has, but we're all going to be under the same region. So it gets a little bit tighter in that aspect of everything. But that's what really got me about that one was, some chapters can get it, some can't. I've seen chapters come in that wasn't on the set for as long as some others that ended up getting them sooner because they move properly and they actually listen. And that's
yeah.
something that I can't remember if it was Red or Ken that said earlier, but you got to learn how to be quiet and listen. And yeah, them Zulu denims are nice, and I'm not gonna lie. They've got a lot of they've got a lot of different variations that you can do. I've seen some that you can get the bandana or whatever it's called on the inside,
Yeah,
paisley, the paisley interiors. You can get different
yeah.
designs and stuff. They're actually bad, and you can do it with the leathers too. But finding someone to work on leathers is actually a lot harder. It will end up costing you more to put them patches on some leather than it will some denim, because you
It
can go
definitely
to any
does.
mom and pop shop and get some sewn on to some denim. That's easy. You got to have
Yeah,
specific leather workers or people with the leather needles to be able to sew on onto the leather. So that was an issue as well. It cost me a little bit more to put mine on my leathers, but you
it
know,
definitely is.
I've seen people that get them put on Letterman jackets, and I've seen others that put their patches on their dusters. And I've seen that 3 different times in different states. And I got to say, I actually like the look of that because I'm a big fan of the dusters. We've already had snow here in North Carolina once this year. So it's getting a little bit closer to that duster weather.
Yeah,
And I'm not going to lie, whether my bike's still down or not by the time that snow hits, I'm still wearing my duster because it keeps warm. It's comfortable. It's got all the pockets and everything that I need. And damn it, Kenyatta, with another
hey, look,
fire one.
she got one that I ain't hit yet. So she said, "Y'all think good leaders are
He
born
said,
or trained?"
he
I mean,
said,
sorry. He. My bad, my bad. He said, "Y'all think good leaders are born or trained?" Now, I got a viewpoint. It's going to be controversial, so get ready. All right. So, with that being said, born, I think it's a strong possibility to have leadership skills. Okay. But if anybody comes out and says, oh, I'm just a natural born leader, okay, you might have a natural trait, but you had to be trained at some point. You don't come out knowing everything. Every great leader was also a student at one point, form of fashion. You had to be taught. You had to be taught by somebody. Um, Me personally, I feel like I have great leadership skills. Okay. Um, Good leadership skills. I put it like that because I don't feel like I'm great yet. I still feel like I got some more growing and learning to do. But as far as being a good leader, I think that you have to be a great follower first. That's just me. Um, I've followed a lot of people. I've listened to a lot of people, and I've weeded out a lot of bullshit. Um, just because somebody's older,
Look at my
has
baby
been
showing
around.
love.
What happened?
My baby showing love on the channel.
Hey, baby, Uncle Trouble will come see you soon. Um, yeah, I've listened to a lot of people, been around a lot of good people, but it's good to ask the question to several, and then do your own research. Um, to me, that's a catalyst of a great leader. You get your information. Okay, I hear you. Well, why did you say that? Okay, I'm listening. Well, where can I go look it up for myself? Because everything, the best information that you can get is hidden in a damn book. You choose who you follow. Mm, I like that.
Exactly.
Smash, smash the like button. I like that. I love that. Actually, I wish I can. We do hearts. I don't know. I can't. No. No.
We can star the comment, and
Okay.
I've got the comment starred. I also have the other comment that Red made starred, where I think kickstands down
Yeah.
would was the name that she liked about the channel. Oh, my son's on there too.
What's going on? Oh yeah, I got to see the kids.
But and
What you
see
think?
that shows you what kind of biker I am. I don't hide it from my kids. My kids know what's going on, and you see, he's Uncle Trouble's coming to see you soon. That shows you the family aspect of it. We're not all big bad bikers. Some
Nah.
of us are actually family men that are out here with our families and love the support of our families. We love all that. But what do I think?
Yeah.
As you've seen, I said trained properly.
Properly. Yep.
So the thing about me is I would rather take that prospect that's just coming in
Hmm.
and teach him than come and grab somebody who has been taught by 20 other people, because then I might have to argue with, oh, well, this isn't what this person did, or this isn't what this club did, or we did it differently then and then, and blah, 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 blah. I don't want to hear none of that. So, from someone with seniority and from someone that's had a position and titles and awards and all that stuff, I've got to say that I would rather train up a newbie
Me too.
than deal with somebody that don't know what they're doing, because I can make sure that you are steered in the right direction to get that proper knowledge from the right people, because you're not going to get that everywhere. There's
No.
going to be a lot of bros out here that's going to steer you in the wrong direction. Sometimes, if you get a little bit of clout and they ain't getting nothing, they're gonna definitely steer you in the wrong direction because you taking that spotlight from them. And I hate
Hmm.
those. I hate the court jesters. That's what I call them, court jesters, because
Yeah.
anytime they're around or anytime they speak up or whatever, the circus is about to begin. And I sit there and I've dealt with it. I've heard other people dealing with it, and I've read plenty in all the many chats that I've gone through. And I still have to say, personally, I would rather take somebody that doesn't know nothing and teach them. Either that or tell them, don't pay attention to nobody and learn the hard way.
Right.
And now, sometimes that works out, sometimes it don't. Sometimes that bro ends up getting his ass beaten. You don't ever hear from him again. Other times, he becomes a 5-year prospect to turn national president, to write books and social media and everything else. Yes, Black Dragon, we're talking about you
We're talking
because
about
you were
you.
one of the ones that helped pave the way, and we love to show respect. And that's like I get told all the time by Bone and Bishop, Archbishop, over at the Big Boneyard, and AB Diamonds. He started his new channel. Make sure you check that out. Diamonds with a
With a
Z.
Z.
We have the link in the description for everybody's channels. If we missed a channel, please let us know. We would like to put it in there. Um, but I've talked to them plenty of times, and like before we even had our first episode, as you know, we was both on the phone dealing with politics that we shouldn't have had to deal with, but we did have to deal with. So I was on there, at first because I didn't know what the situation was. I didn't know you had done got some stuff started. So I'm getting phone calls talking about what'd you do now. I'm like, what you mean what I do now? I just opened my eyelids like 5 minutes ago. What you mean what did I do now? Oh well, I'm getting calls. You getting calls, man? Come on now. So politics is a big thing. I don't always like it, but it's some of the stuff you got to deal with. But I was on the phone with them, and Bishop he listened to me, he heard me out, and Big Bone heard me out and listened to me, and then started telling me, I'm not gonna be let off the hook like everybody else will be. I'm gonna catch that flack because with me and you both, we have the connections, we have the ability to go out to ask and to make sure we're not stepping on anybody's toes, we're not saying nothing wrong, we're not doing anything incorrect, and that we're actually coming at it from a regular standpoint. We're not bringing unwanted attention to anybody that don't need it. And I'm one of them people. I like to speak my mind. So I was like, I mean, I get where you coming from, but I still think it's bullshit. and they was and they was like, look, I get where you're coming from, and we agree that some stuff shouldn't be brought up and all that kind of stuff. But when you're doing the stuff that y'all's doing, you're gonna be in public eye. And
Yeah.
yes, you're more than welcome to just make sure you send it to one of us, both of us,
Mm-hmm.
whatever. You know that I want to share it. I have no problem. By the way, so Kenyatta is another bro who we have kind of leaned on to help us try to come up with something. Um, I'm very good with graphics, visuals, all that kind of stuff, but I don't have the equipment right now. And because he does a bunch of shorts and a bunch of promos and everything else, I will shout him out and tell him that I do appreciate everything he does, not only for what he's going to do to help us, because he's talking about helping us with our intro, but what he already does over at the Big Boneyard and helping with all their videos and all their shorts and everything. We truly do appreciate it. And all of the
Make
stuff that, guys, yeah, that's the one I was talking about earlier when I said, damn, Ken keeps hitting us with all the fire. So, with all the shows, we appreciate everybody that comes through. And let's go back to that right now. Ooh, wait. Ooh. Okay. So we're gonna get this one too, and then
hmm
we actually already made it an hour, and we haven't ran out of shit. So, like Big Bone says, what say you, Trouble?
What say I? Well, from I standpoint, COC, for those who don't know, it's the Council of Clubs. Um, it said, is it a mediator? Hold on, let me see. Let me go
Yeah,
back. What is
are they here just to mediate?
me personally? Just off of the little bit that I know, I don't think they're just mediators. I think I would call them activists. Um,
Ooh,
they're
ooh, I like
mm,
that.
you feel me? Because think about it. The Council of Clubs is a board full of chairmen that not only talk about the views of that particular area, but they also dabble in that politics as well. They let everybody who's on the set know certain things that's going on, certain bills that's going to get passed, certain things to watch out for. Um,
And when
I
he
think
says
it's a
bills
very
are
cool
going to be passed, he's talking about your state and
state.
legislation laws, not your MC laws. So they do
No,
keep up with all that stuff too.
yes, that's why I say they're activists. That's why I say they're activists. I'm just using my words. You can take my words and shove them somewhere, but like we also stated before, these are our views, our points, nobody else's. Okay, so you can take it and listen to it and run with it, or you can, do what you want to do. But we do like for you to like, share, and subscribe. But yeah, man, they're short and sweet on that one, bro. That's what I feel they are. I don't think that they're just mediators or and when
I
I
mean,
hear
they
mediators,
are,
yeah, but I feel like they're more than that.
and
To me,
that is true. So it's a little bit of both in my eyes. Because yeah, they do all the activist stuff that the regular run of the mill guy. I know I'm not one of the people I'm speaking about, but the regular run of the mill guy isn't going to keep up with the rules, regulations, and laws that's going on in his community.
no,
I was one of the first people in the area and at all to even notice that the day that they did that special alert thing.
yeah,
At the same time they did the alert, they dropped a new bill here in North Carolina, giving what they call a secret police force authority
yep,
to pretty much run and regulate without any oversight whatsoever. And if they're investigating you, if you run to social media and they find out about it and you start complaining about it, they can hit you again with extra stuff because it's automatically with an NDA. And with no oversight, that means they have nobody to answer to, no guidelines, any of that. They can go up in your lawyer's office and pull all your files without needing any of that stuff. So I think it's wrong that, the Republicans have done that. And with this state having a Democratic governor, they was able to veto his veto
yeah,
because the Republicans are the majority in the House and vetoed it and made it a law. It's legit now. It's in effect. So I keep up with stuff like that, but everybody don't. So that's what the COC's for. It's also for, like Ken said, it's for mediation. Um, if some stuff happens between clubs, let's say there's an issue between the white and the black set, right? And you guys can't come to terms within your clubs to figure it out. In the COC, all the clubs that's on the set come together to figure it out. If you're in a club that's not part of the COC, what you need to do is find out why you're not part of the COC and become part of the COC, because it is a good thing to be part of the COC. It lets you know what's going on in your area, in your community. People worry about what president they're going to vote for. Don't worry about that crap, man, because at the end of the day, you're not choosing a president. You're choosing lesser of the two evils that they put in front of you.
correct.
But you know what you can do? You can go out here and you can vote for your school board. You can vote for your city hall people, all those people. I don't know all their positions. I don't really
Maybe I
pretend
don't
to.
deal with the party.
But you can vote for your mayors, you can vote for your governors, you can vote for all them that can make a difference for you. Because I'm sorry, at the end of the day, I'm not claiming Democrat. I'm not claiming Republican, which, I've claimed both at one point in time, but I'm not claiming either of them because they are one and the same. It's
Right.
just a snake with two heads. And
Right.
at the end of the day, I don't believe in everything that the man did, but George Washington, who was our first president, said that a bipartisan government would ruin this nation. And now look exactly what it's done. It's red versus blue, but the government version of Crips versus Bloods because it's Democrats versus Republicans. And what is it? A donkey and an elephant,
And the elephant.
whatever. So, what needs to happen is you need to start worrying about the people that's going to worry about you because Biden does not know you exist. Trump
No.
does not know you exist. Neither one of them know that you exist. Neither of their VPs know you exist. Neither of their Secretary of States know you exist. But you know who does know you exist? Your mayor, your governor, the people that is working right there with you because they're able to see that because they're living in the same areas with you. Start at the
Right.
city first, go up to county, go up to state, and work your way up. But learn about it. But as far as COC, yes, I believe that they are here to mediate. But at the same time, like you said, they are activists to keep up with the laws and all that kind of stuff.
Correct. But if
I
the
want to hear
leaders,
you. I want to hear you.
but if the leaders you have do not follow the bylaws and follow protocols, what do you do? Ooh,
See, you
you
got me
want
on one.
me?
You got me on one earlier, so this is payback right here. This one's you. I got to hear it.
All right,
Let's
so
leave
let me
that
read
up
it
there.
out loud. Hold on, where'd it go? Okay, here we
Oh,
go.
Mike Ball in the house. What's up, Mike? I see you.
Yes, sir. What's up, Mike Ball, man? I gave you that strong arm back, brother. Good seeing you, man. Uh, but if the leaders you have do not follow the bylaws and follow protocols, what do you do? Hmm. Let's try to make this complex. Hell no. It comes to a damn vote. Because if you have a leadership team that do not follow bylaws and protocol, what are you standing on? Are you a club? Are you an organization? What are you? You're just a group of people that's outside, just doing whatever they want to do. You got to stand on something. So if me personally, I see my leadership team not following anything that has been set forth by the said chapter, charter, whatever you're in the wrong place.
Okay,
Because that,
so hang on, because I'm gonna
go
make
ahead.
it a little bit more difficult for you
Okay, I'm listening. Let me
because
take a
there's a
sip.
difference. There's a difference between bylaws and protocol. So
Hell
if
yeah.
you out here as independent writers, okay, you ain't part of a club. There's still a basic protocol that you need to follow and understand. If you see a club that's out here on a run, don't be the jackass on the crotch rocket that comes flying past the club. Don't do that. So it's a disrespect thing. We don't hog up the road to hog up the road. Sometimes I've seen this plenty of times because here we don't care. We'll stop traffic. We'll block roads. We'll do all that. If we're on a run that's important, we're stopping everything. It becomes a parade no matter where we go. But it's it's already been given a heads up to the city that we're doing this stuff.
Correct.
We're not coming out here. What's today? Monday? We're not going to come out and say, hey, club, let's all get together and go out here and go on a run today at 10 p.m. It's 8:30 our time right now. And let's go out here at 10 p.m. and block traffic. No, we don't do that. When
Mm-mm.
we do that, we do it for a reason. We have a certain guideline that we have to follow and respect that we have to go by for the normal traffic. We don't do it to be assholes. We do it because we've already went there and did that. So there's protocols for individual riders. I don't see too many individual riders right now, bylaws.
No, no, I don't. I don't even think. individual rider should have a set of bylaws. That's just me. Like,
So
why
I
would
got
you
to
have
make it
a
a little
bylaw?
bit more difficult for you, because what if they are following protocol, but they're not following bylaws, or vice versa?
And they're not in a club?
Let's say they are in a club, because let's say
Okay.
that they
I
do
was
have
about to say.
let's say that they do have both. Okay, so they've got a set of bylaws. Let's say um, the Walmart riders, as Big Bone likes to always call them. All right, the Walmart riders have their bylaws. That's black and white.
Okay.
That's rules that you are supposed to adhere to no matter what for your
Absolutely.
club. Protocol is for the overall everything, the community, the set, the culture, all of it. So
Hmm.
what if they're following their bylaws but they're not following protocol?
All right. So with me, right? Can't talk about nobody else. It's just my view. If you're following your bylaws, you're doing right by said club, Walmart Riders, right? You're doing right by the Walmart Riders. Now, if you're not following protocol, you're not operating in a safety manner when you're out on the set. That's just my view. Because although your bylaws might say, um, what can I use for an example without stepping on too many toes?
Let's
Um,
say your bylaws state that you are to ride in a certain formation that isn't normal.
a circle.
No, I'm not. Let's not say a circle. I mean, all right. So when the geese fly, there's a fucking view
Yeah,
in the
that's a
sky.
formation. Yeah,
Let's say that their bylaws say that they got to ride like that, not suicide or whatever.
right. All right. So if their bylaws say that, that's what they say. That's what they're going to abide by. However, um, protocol and per state, per city, town that you're in might be a little bit different. So you would need to be abreast of your said information as far as where you're traveling, what you're doing, just to be. I don't know what's the word that I would use right here.
To be able to adhere to.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I mean, we got to set a protocol. We got protocol that we need to follow, right? We got bylaws, our personal bylaws that we need to follow. Your This is where I would put it. Here we go. Boom. In order to do both, mirror what protocol is and what your bylaws would be set up to be. That way, there will be no blurred lines. And when I say mirror, I don't mean don't do plagiarism. I mean, come on, you know what I'm saying? But like, no protocol. And when you set up a guideline when you set up bylaws for your particular team, go off of protocol, but also go off of what's going to work for your particular club.
I like that. Now, that being said, what if uh, what if your bylaws don't follow the protocols set by your big bro, but they do follow the set protocols?
It's going to be an educational
Who do you
conversation.
follow first? Do you follow your bylaws, your big bro's protocols, or the sets protocols? I want to hear Mike Ball's answer to that too down here in the comments, because I have a feeling he's still here. Because he said protocols allow the big fish and small fish to swim together freely. And that comment right there is what made me think about that. Because, see, we're given that perspective from support. But
Yeah.
who better to ask than Mike Ball? Because he's been there, he's done that, he wears a diamond, and I want to know. So you say sets protocols, okay? But as a support club, right? We're support club members. As a support club, do our bylaws come first, or Big Bros protocols, or the sets? Not from your diamond, but from a support perspective. What would be your answer?
And while we're waiting on him, me personally, I feel like it's a blend. Um, that's where the educational piece comes from. Um, Now I can only talk about on me, you know what I'm saying, what I've been through, but I think it's a blend, man. I think you got to know set. I think you got to know if you're up under a dominant, I think you got to know theirs because you don't necessarily have to be up under a dominant. You could be sanctioning by the AMA. I mean, you know what I'm saying? But if you're up under a
Yeah, I mean, you
dominant,
could be a regular OMC,
yeah.
an outlaw MC, or you could be a regular AMA MC. But I mean, hey, look, you did better than I
See?
did because I was gonna say
See?
70, but you gave it a 98%, so you did better than I did. But I mean, I think like he said, you're supposed to listen to Big Bros. But at the same time, I agree with you that you got to put it on that sliding scale and try to balance it all out, make it the happy medium, because
Yeah.
no matter what, you're not gonna please everybody.
No.
You really won't.
Nah.
The You made a post the other day, and
Mm-hmm.
I liked that post because it kind of went off of one that I had made as well before I even seen yours, and I was like, man, because you worded yours better than I did mine. But people's gonna talk trash regardless,
Yeah.
especially whenever you're out here doing the right thing. They're definitely gonna talk trash then. So haters gonna hate. I love my haters. They keep my name flowing out here in society. So I want y'all to keep going, keep hating me, keep loving me. I don't really care. Exactly.
That's
If you're
right.
doing something right, you're making someone mad,
Yep.
and it's sad to see that way. But you know, I think that you could find that happy medium, but at the same time, what if you can't? What if you can't please everybody?
Hey, listen, rule of thumb, you're not. So stop wasting time trying to please everybody. The number one thing you got to do is make sure you working inside of oneself before you try to please any damn body. You know what I'm saying? I always say this right here, for real, on any podcast that I've done in the past. Self love is more important than following an asshole up the street. That's just me. So if you love yourself, you know what I'm saying? You're not going to lose yourself trying to follow somebody else's guidelines. So if those guidelines that are set before you, they don't make enough sense to you, ask those questions. Make them look like the ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, well, why
Thank
should
you.
we do
Thank
that?
you.
You
Ask
know what I
the
mean?
questions.
Ask the question. Like, don't just get in a club, let alone a support club, and feel like, oh shit, I should just be quiet. No, ask questions. Put them on the spot. Make sure they know they shit because if they're telling you the wrong shit and you go somewhere else with the wrong shit, you're going to get told you're doing the wrong shit. Period. Ooh,
Did you see Omer's comment? The
the
name of the
name of the
game is
game is for.
progression, not pleasure.
I almost dropped the phone. Hey, salute. Hey, that's one of my bros too, man. Salute, oh my bro. Love you, man. It has to align with your beliefs. Should, anyways. You're right, Mike. See, that's my point. See that right now? If you don't love your damn self, to know yourself, to believe in yourself, you're gonna believe any damn thing. I can come on the set right now to a dummy. I don't like to think nobody's a dummy, but I can come to the set right now to a dummy and be like, hey, listen, man, you want to be a part of this? Yeah, man, I
I'm
want
the
to be a part of
dummy.
this. You're the dummy. Like, all right, man, you want to be a part of this? Yeah. All right, take a bite out of the curb. What common sense is that? Like, why would I take a bite out of some concrete? Or at least attempt to? Why? You know what I mean? That's just an example. But
I
what I'm
feel like
saying
that's
is,
what was about to happen before them lawn chairs got pulled out. I ain't even gonna lie. And you know what's funny? Red was talking shit the other day, and we was going through the store. I think we was going through Lowe's Hardware, and I was like, "You better watch out, cause don't make me grab a lawn chair." And she goes, "Ain't even no lawn chairs right there." As soon as we turn the corner, there's like 50 lawn chairs right there. I was like, "Yo, that's perfect timing."
Hey, appreciate you, Auburn, man. We appreciate the love and support, man. Like, share, subscribe. We're gonna keep it going, man. Like, share, subscribe. Appreciate you.
So, everybody, we're grateful that you're here. We're grateful for all the views, all the subscriptions, all the likes, and I really truly am grateful that when I had said something, I had put up a promo, just messing around with some editing stuff, and I threw up a promo. And Latoya, what's up? How
That's
you
my
doing?
fiance. What's up, baby? Appreciate it for tuning in.
So, you know, whenever I first made this promo, I was like just doing it for fun. And all of a sudden, this fool right here comes up in my comments talking about, yo, let me be your archbishop. And I was
Damn
like,
right.
bro,
With the gray
I don't
beard and
even
all.
have I don't even have content yet because there's a guy down here in the chat that I had talked to last year that I was supposed to start the show with originally,
Yeah.
and he ended up moving and having a baby, and you know he hops around all the time, and for some reason or another rides a Dyna, but we love him, and we got mad respect for him. But I was just joking around, and whenever you said something, I started thinking, and then since me and you have came together and actually started talking about it,
Yeah.
because I don't want you guys to think that we was slacking since we didn't do a show Friday. We were
Mm-hmm.
actually on the phone the entire week from the time that the show ended last week, trying to figure out, hey, what are we going to do next? Going through all the different things. And, you know, I sat there and I kept thinking about it. And he came up with this one about rags and colors and cuts and the difference between them. And, we touched that earlier. And I got to say, yet again, learn your colors, learn the meaning behind your patches. Learn everything you can. I don't give a shit if you wear a diamond knowing that I am a support club member. I'm telling you right now to keep learning your knowledge because you're never done learning your knowledge. That's one thing that all of the diamonds that I've ever met has taught me. So if you're one of the ones that's not listening, I need you to listen. Yeah, I know I'm below you in the totem pole, but right now this knowledge is above it. So I need everybody to listen. You're never done learning. You're never done prospecting. And like Mike Ball right here said, you always got to have that dedication. Keep that dedication. If you do happen, because Ken said something about it earlier about being put out or being put out bad. If that does happen, have enough respect from the people that gave you a chance and gave you a shot to not go out here jaw jacking and start wolfing about everything. Don't talk negatively about your bros. Don't talk negatively about the club. I have been there and did that and been put through some situations, and I could open my mouth 1,000 times over about all the negative stuff. But out of the love and respect and dedication that I have, I can't. Somebody gave me a shot. Somebody taught me something, and something kept growing. Now here I am, able to help you guys grow as well. Everyone don't know all the stuff we know. I don't know all the stuff I should know.
Correct.
And all the stuff that I was taught 9 times out of 10, I got told not to do, which is why I know it now.
Correct.
So I'm able to come from that perspective. And I've been in the clubs, I've been on the social media, I've been doing all this stuff for long enough to be able to handle all this. And let me tell you, yet again, because you guys will hear me saying it from now till the end of time, if you cannot make a difference without that patch and without that title and position, you ain't going to make one with it. If you can't make change without it, you're not going to make change with it. Why? Because it's not in here. It's not in here. You ain't feeling it. You ain't thinking it. You ain't got that mentality. Don't try. If you're going to do it right. Not everyone's made to be a biker. And I hate to say it that way, but it's true. I know a lot of independent guys that would love to be in a bike set. I have a really good friend who I was going to bring on and start something back in the day with and bring him in as one of my top 5 because he rides, he's got his knowledge, he does all that. But with his job, he don't have the time to put forth that effort and he don't have the time to do that. I see a lot of bros out here that become truck drivers. And yes, it's good for the money, but it takes away time from your bros in your club. And like Daniel Bryant said, if your heart ain't in it, don't do it because it takes hearts. It takes your heart. You have to literally ask Mike Ball because he's done it. Put blood, sweat, and tears into your club.
With that
If
being
you,
said, right there, you're right, bro. With that being said, I want to skip back up a few. Armor had a question. He said, I got one question. What defines a powerful club? What traits does a club have to possess to have a powerful club? I got a two-part answer.
I got one.
Um, you got
Active
one?
members.
I got a
Active
two-part though.
members.
I agree. That's one. I can dig that. Um, Powerful, right? When we think about the word powerful, what's the first thing that you think about? Strength, right? Think about strength. Strength is numbers, right? So it's a numbers game out here as well, right? So a powerful club to me though is the club that first and foremost has the right mindset to be on the set.
Y'all see how he
Um,
wasn't even looking at the screen when I tapped my head a second ago? He looked back at the screen and then tapped his head.
oh
That's
yeah,
that
oh
in
yeah,
sync thinking right there. We're able to do that because we know what we're talking
yeah,
about.
yeah. You gotta have the mindset, man. The thing is, the reality is, anything that we do in life can take us away from here. Riding motorcycles can do the same thing. Okay. So it's not a game. All right. So when I'm in my perspective club colors, that's my uniform. I take it serious. I take it just as serious as anything I'm going to do in life. You know what I'm saying? Job wise, family wise, career wise, I take it serious. So what defines a powerful club? Like minded people. You got to have a goal. Everybody should have a mission statement in your bylaws, right? Follow it, right? Read it, learn it, understand it. Like-minded people, mindset, and I give you one more. So we got mindset, we got like-mindedness, and I
Yep.
give you relentlessness. All right. Ah, four, dedication. All right. You gotta be dedicated to it. You gotta be relentless. Don't take no for a damn answer. Get your mind right. Involve yourself with like-minded people. Hang with your bros, ride with your bros, pay your dues, make memories, man. That's a powerful club. Nobody's gonna damn touch that club. Nobody. Because you know what's contagious?
Bullshit.
That
I wish
too.
I had that button that Archbishop had last night. You know the little kid, a bullshit, a bullshit. So that little kid is gonna get so much booty bread when he gets older, just because he's gonna be like, I was the bullshit kid.
But you know what though? I'm gonna be real with you. That video's so old, he probably our age, man.
And he probably done got
A
laid
lot.
so many times it ain't even funny. Just I'm the bullshit kid.
Right. Right.
So so I agree with what you said about that, about powerful clubs and everything. Um Mike said that, the club life sounds good on paper, but when
Mm.
it comes down to it, it's not a life that 99% of citizens will ever be able to do. They join for the wrong reasons. The three P's. We all know about those. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now, I've known those bros. I've been there. I've did that. I, I love my bros, but I know some of them that was there.
Agreed.
Exactly.
Sorry.
I know some of them that was there that didn't need to be because they was there for this reason right here. They just wanted to get some women or wanted the notoriety. Hey, I'm pulling up with this club. I look like a badass now. Knowing damn well, dude is softer than a gummy bear and is not gonna have your back. So I hear people all the time talking about riding formation, and I can tell a lot about a bro from riding formation and the way that he is on a bike. And I'm one of those people, if I'm out here by myself, I'm going to act a fool on the bike. I got my headphones in, I got my music jam, and I'm going down the road. I'm dancing. I'm listening to Side Piece by Pokey Bear and all kinds of other songs, some other ones that we can't mention on here. Um, but but I'm listening to all kinds of music and I'm dancing and having a good time. Now that being said, if I'm in formation, don't expect to be by my side in suicide formation if I've never seen you ride. It ain't happening. You better
Right.
take your
Right.
ass on somewhere else and give me a more legitimate bro that I've seen ride up here beside me that I know can handle his bike. Because I'm not
Right.
going out there and getting into a wreck.
Nah. Nah. Not at all.
And yes, and like
Right.
the comment that Omer said, knowledge is power. And that's why we're here. Um, we've got people like Mike Ball,
Yeah.
Hollywood over at Insane Throttle.
Thank God.
Mike Ball's in at Insane Wheels, by the way, just so y'all know. Archbishop with AB Diamonds and the Big Boneyard with Big Bone One Percenter. So's the Ghost. There's a bunch of people. Black Dragon with Black Dragon Biker TV. We can't forget him, the
No.
legend, the guy that came and worked and did all the stuff he did with the movie Biker Boys, and the way
We're
that
gonna get them up
he
here too. Mark our
they
word.
set
We're
it
gonna get
up.
them up here.
And I can't wait for me and you to get down there and start on our stuff
Oh.
whenever all that gets back going.
Oh, they ain't ready.
So
Hey,
I'm
be
already
ready
ready.
for snips. Be ready for some snips and some clips, y'all. We bringing
But
them to you.
But I've got to say, there's a lot of people that paved the way that we do have access to. And some of you don't have that access. Either that or some of you feel a little intimidated by reaching out to certain bros or certain people out here on the shows. You don't want to ask the question because you don't want to look like a fool or an idiot in front of the comments. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now that anytime Exactly. Anytime that you guys have a question or a comment or anything, um, Ken right here can tell you, Mike Ball can tell you, Red can tell you, everybody that's here right now, including my bro Trouble right here, knows I'm accessible 365, 24/7. You need an ear, I got you. You just want to know something, I got you. If I don't have you, I got access to the people that do have you. So no matter what, I'm gonna get you the proper knowledge. I'm just not gonna spit some random shit out my mouth to make myself look cool. I'm not ready for that. Oh gosh.
Oh,
So
here she go.
that takes us back. That takes us back to our first
Our
video
first episode.
on Friday the 13th, where we talk about how the letter 13 goes for the letter M for men's club, motorcycle club, or from some substances, depending on where you're at, what part of the set, and what club you're with, what you could sell, as in marijuana or methamphetamines. Let's hope that, it's not the latter. Although
Right.
I don't see nothing wrong with some bud, but let's hope it's not the latter. But
Right.
yeah, it's like Mike's down here getting mad at me right now because he knows that, it's all about the motorcycle club. But Mike knows that, he's the one that got this motorcycle club started. It wasn't called Motorcycle Club until he came around. It was Men's Club before that, but he showed up on a Dyna. So it had to be Motorcycle Club after that.
Y'all
I can't say
crazy.
shit. I'm not even riding American. And right now my shit's broke down. So I can't say nothing. I'm
Well,
sorry. I'm going to stop. Mike's going to come over here and beat me up. He's got the money to do so. And
it's
he's got
dark
the
out here,
power.
but
He's going to
it's
come get
dark
me.
out here. But you see that American out there. It's dark out here, but it's sitting right there.
Yeah, shit. Mine ain't even got a gas tank on it right now. My gas tank out in my building.
Come on now.
I'm telling you, bro, look, I tried to fix it on my own. I told you, I don't know shit. I'm from the Bronx, bro. I don't know how to work on nothing. When I first moved down
Right.
here to North Carolina, so I met Red. And Red is my wife, for those of you that don't know. For those of you that do know, she is the most ghetto redneck thing you will ever meet. Um, she's country as all get out, and
Right.
had me feeling I go to her dad's house. So when I meet her dad, when we first got together, I couldn't understand him because he's one of them old country guys. So yeah, she did try to warn me. He's one of them old country guys. So I'd have to look at her and be like, "What the fuck did he just say?" And she had to translate for me. Well, I eventually caught on and eventually learned what he was saying. But I felt like Pauly Shore from Son-in-Law because I had never weed eated a yard before. I had never cut grass before. I had never split wood before. And this man has me out there in the garden with a fucking tiller and got me tilling a garden. And then he looks up at me and he goes, "Put it in reverse." Wait, it's got reverse? I ain't know. And
Right.
see, I'm about 45 minutes from there, Ken. I really am about 45 minutes from Asheville. About 45 minutes from Charlotte. About 45 minutes from Boone. I'm about 45 minutes from everything. I don't know why. And um, so I didn't know none of that stuff. So I never learned how to work on my bike. I mean, I can change my oil and I can like change my forks and change my own chain and sprockets and tires and all that kind of stuff. But as far as motor work goes, bro, get the fuck out of here. I don't know how to do that shit. I try to pay somebody to do it, and these cheap motherfuckers don't even want to get paid, bro. They don't want to come work on my shit. I'm like, just get it ready. And then I got Big Bone, he told me, he said, get it down here to Florida.
Oh,
So
there
then
you
my
go.
so then I was thinking about it, but see, my truck got hit by an ambulance and it's totaled. So I don't even have a truck anymore, so I can't haul it down there. And I'm like, really, this is starting to get to me. So whenever we go down to work on that other stuff, I'm arranging it to where I can take it with me and get some work because thanks to a lovely sis down there, I will have a bike to ride around while I'm down there. And thanks to Archbishop being such a great bro and a supportive bro, I've got a place to crash. So I really do appreciate all the love that, the set will give you and the bros will give you. And I wouldn't have none of this stuff if I didn't take the time to learn, which is why you all need to learn.
You know what you know about that right there?
the broken wing patch.
Yeah,
Are you meaning the HA patch?
I don't. That's what Miss Peppers, if you don't mind, ma'am, letting us know exactly what you're talking about, so we won't give
Well,
out false information.
Mike said something about it too, so maybe Mike can enlighten us because he said the single wing. Oh,
Single, single.
we're both trying to click it at the same time, bro. It ain't working. The single wing with a wheel. So I do think that they're talking about 81. Um, I don't know about 81. My family, I've had a few members in my family that did 81 on the white side, but I'm not on the white side. Um, I've doesn't mean a bike has crashed or has broken bones. Okay, Mike.
Okay,
So
Mike, you might want to answer that.
I'm gonna leave this one to Mike because if you guys don't know, Mike Ball out of California has lost his leg riding for his club, riding a bike, and is still out here after rehabilitating himself. Out here, still on two, still riding that Dyna, and still riding crazier than half these people even think about. But if you ask him, he can only go as fast as the speed limit. I think I think that's the 50cc thing that kicked in. No, I'm just playing. He would probably dust anybody out here if he would wanted to because he can ride like that. I've seen some videos, but he's not trying to get in trouble because he's got a family to think about. And that's another thing I tell you. Whether you've got the diamond like Mike, your support like us, your individual riders, then he can only ride with bubble wrap. No matter what, we're out here as family people. We're out here as good guys trying to do right. We've all got kids. We've all got loved ones. We are someone's loved ones. So before you decide to be in a cage texting and not paying attention and hit one of us, please open your eyes, pay attention. And when the season starts, rake them wet ass leaves out of the street, blow the wet grass out of the street, get the gravel out of the street. Cause I have went down. I do have road rage. I remember getting that shit scrubbed out, and having asphalt scrubbed out with them hard coarse brushes is not fun. So if you haven't done it, don't. I don't recommend it. I really don't. My son all the time. Y'all know him as Water Boy. They did an episode where they told him happy birthday on the Big Boneyard. Shout out to them again. He says, dress for the slide, not the ride. I'm hard headed. I don't like wearing all that leather and stuff. I got chaps and I got a duster and all that, but that's about as far as it goes. Yes, yes. Check your blind spots. For the love of God, check your blind spots. And, for the bikers, I'm not one of them. I promise. I happen to get on a bike every once in a while. I'm not a real biker. Don't listen to nothing I'm telling you now. I'm just playing. I
Oh,
don't wear full face helmets. Ooh,
that shit
yeah.
hurts.
See,
Oh my god.
Pebble surgically removed after 3 surgeries from under his kneecap. And even Dan the man says grass clippings be pissing him off, keep him off the road. And stay off a bike's ass. If you are following the bike and you're in a cage, stay off the bike's ass. If you are a biker, I don't care how long you've been riding, give that bro in front of you and the bro behind you a little bit of space. Try to be a little bit considerate. Cause I went riding down the road with my bros and had red on the back of my bike, and bro in front of me just slammed on his brakes. So now I'm doing a stoppie up on one wheel, my front wheel, sliding and fishtailing with her hanging on, trying not to wreck because he decided to slam on his brakes. Luckily, he felt me hit his back tire as hard as I did and decided to gun it, so I was able to save it and keep us going. But no, it wasn't. She's lying right now. She said, "Shoot, that was fun." No, it wasn't. It was not fun. And she's been on the back of my bike when we got that 911 text. What does that mean in a club? That 911 text, and imagine you're at Bike Week and you're at South Side of Myrtle and you got to make it all the way to North Side. Bro, we
Boy,
made it there in 15 minutes on a Saturday night at 9:30 at night. I ran every red light, every stop sign, everything. She hit her arm on a mirror of a car, but we made a 45-minute trip in 15 minutes. We come pulling in, and bros was surprised. They was like, "How'd you get here so fast? Where'd you come from? What made this happen?" They didn't even know why I came shooting up. Didn't realize that I had gotten a 911 text from one of the bros. They was lost when I came swerving up in there.
I know that's right.
She was
Got a
like
question.
this, trying to smoke a cigarette.
Got a question. Miss Latoya said, "I'm a female rider who has little interest in joining a club. What would you say is the best etiquette when another club or member is trying to get you to hang around and become a prospect?" It is very simple, sweetheart. If you have no interest, but you love being a part of the set, you love enjoying the company of the set,
Yeah, hang
you
around.
already know what to say. I have no interest. Thank you, but
Yep.
I'm good. You know what I'm saying? There's no disrespect
I'm
in that.
cool hanging around. I'm cool just coming and chilling and coming to y'all's bike nights and coming to the clubhouse, coming to your events, your rides. I appreciate it. I'll throw my money in on the charity event that y'all's doing. If we're doing a charity ride or a toy run or something, I'll put in my money. I'll go on that ride with you, but I don't want no rags. Now, see, there's other women who prefer to want rags or try to get rags or everything. And like the club I was in didn't allow females. So females couldn't get rags in the club I was in. But I had read at so many events, it wasn't funny because she loved to come out to the events. The bros showed her respect. She would put motherfuckers in their place.
He right.
Exactly. Exactly. Like Mike Ball said, the hang around is one of the best spots. And
Ever.
what I've learned, what I did learn is that, as much as I loved my position as sergeant, which I miss it. I miss being a sergeant, but being a regular member or being someone that don't have to adhere to all the extra crap is a blessing. My phone don't ring at 3 a.m. no more. I can actually sleep through the night whenever I do fall asleep because I'm an insomniac, so I'm never asleep. I think I was up messaging you at like 4 o'clock this morning, 5 o'clock this morning, and I was like, he'll see it when he gets up. And
Damn right.
I'll message Mike, and I won't think about the time change. Like for
Mm.
us, it's 9 o'clock. For Mike right now, it's 6 o'clock. And I'll message him and not think about the time change sometimes. It'll be like 9 a.m. here. And I'll message Mike and be like, yo, bro, you up? And it's 6 o'clock there. And I don't think about that. So I do like, not having to adhere to all that.
Right.
But yeah, just tell them you're not interested. Tell them you like hanging around and enjoy your time.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, guys, we're coming up on a buck 53. This has been a great show.
You know, we've had some good views, we've had some good comments, and being a patch and a soldier is almost more admirable than officers nowadays, to be real.
Damn.
You ain't lying.
Dang.
And you know what's funny? With that being said, I've had I've had a prospect. At one point in time, he was a prospect. He's a fullback now, and he's one of my closest bros. Um, I give him a lot of respect and a lot of credit and admiration for him because I kind of took him under my wing and I taught him what I could, but then he took what I've learned and what I taught him and went even further with it. And that's actually who I gave my position to whenever I stepped down and everything. And I brought him on as my second to begin with, and then I ended up going on. But that man was more of a soldier as a prospect than some of my bros as fullbacks. And I appreciate it, Kenyatta. Yes, we're definitely gonna stay safe out here, as you said. We're gonna do the damn thing. But I gotta kind of leave us off with this one statement and give you guys some stuff to think about. And that's, not every club is meant for you. Not the biker lifestyle isn't meant for everybody. And not all your bros are your bros. Not all your
brother.
sisses are your sisses.
Yeah,
You guys will see me in the chat a lot of times. You'll see me, I'll put bro with like a capital B, or I'll put bro with with a lowercase b. And that depends on how I'm using that term. If you are my bro and I know I can rely on you, like Trouble, like Mike Ball, like Archbishop, Big Bone, Black Dragon, Hollywood, they get that capital B because they've been with me. They've showed me that they're here for me, just like I am here for them. And you know, I'm grateful for the opportunity that I've been given, but at the same time, like I said, not everybody is meant for it. And Mike actually beat me to it. That's what I was going for. Not every bro's your bro, not every sis is your sis. So take the time to hang around, take the time to learn the club. Don't go in rushing in and accepting that prospect offer. Don't do it. And don't do it for the first one that you go to.
shop around.
Please don't. Go
It's called
to
a hang
other
around.
clubs. I'm sorry. I'm just got told I'm lagging a little bit or skipping a little bit. It's because I'm in the car and my wife is refusing to hurry up and move my ass out of North Carolina. So I'm stuck in the sticks and I'm very unhappy about it. But as long as I'm here, I don't really have, the best signal. And we are working from cell phones right now because we are low budget. So if y'all want to help us out by, hitting up that Cash App right there, we're working on getting the equipment needed, the stuff necessary, the proper subscriptions and paid stuff that we got to pay for better, software, hardware, and everything in between. So we're trying to get that stuff for you. Um, but make sure that knowledge that you are getting while you're hanging around and while you're doing that is from the proper people. Go ask other people. See if they are actually going to tell you the right shit. Oh, shit. Look, here comes one of my bros right there. Motherfucking man, Waterboy. So, this one can tell you that, I don't adhere to all the rules and regulations. I really don't. And I get in trouble constantly. So, that's why I'm able to get on here and tell y'all what not to do. But actually take the time, learn that knowledge, because that's what people actually will respect more out of you. Even me doing this show right here with Trouble, I think the first episode that we had, oh, someone actually sent some. I appreciate it. I think that was Kent.
Appreciate that.
So
Appreciate
he
that, Ken.
sent, yeah, he sent something over for us. We'll talk about that after, especially in the woods of Motown. Yeah, tell him I'm in the sticks. I don't like it. So um being around here, I've got all this stuff going on with Trouble, and he didn't know some of the stuff that we was discussing last week. And he asked me, and not only did I tell him what I knew, I told him how to go about finding some more information about it, and I led him down the rabbit's hole. Next thing you know, this man coming back and told me some stuff I ain't know about the subject that I chose. And I was like, yo, that's messed up. But that's what it is. That's that community. That's that knowledge. Be thirsty for it. Take your time. Learn. And don't just learn if you're in our status, okay?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can't say this enough. If you are at our status and you are on the support level, don't just learn from your club. Learn from your brother clubs, your sister clubs. Learn from your big bros. Learn from the mistakes that you see everybody else making or the mistakes that you're making and try to change that. But at the end of the day, come back with that respect and that knowledge to pass it along. I don't I don't sit there and act like I know it cuz I don't. I'm a fucking idiot. And I'll admit it wholeheartedly. I'm a fool. I get out here and act a fool, but I'm the same me right now that you'll meet at the bar or you'll see at the clubhouse or you'll see riding down the street dancing like a fucking idiot. But I'm that motherfucker that will tell you what's up. And Trouble is too. Reach out to them, talk to them. Again, that Cash App's down there for anybody, trying to show love. It's that one guy Frost, just like the channel is named with the number one. And if you have any questions, comments, suggestions, ideas, anything whatsoever, you got it at that one guy Frost at gmail.com or Troubles Corner. That's Troubles with a Z and Corner with a K at gmail.com. Oh, excuse me, at gmail.com. So feel free to reach out. Any questions, any suggestions, any ideas. I think we were stuck between two names, which was Kickstands Down and Bike Night. And Red said that she voted for, what was it? Kickstands
kickstand.
Down. And, I love that idea. That's great idea and great way to think about it. Because when you put down them kickstands, you chilling, you hanging out with the bros, you hanging out with the sisters, you with your family. That's what we want to be to you guys. That's it. And remember
Yep.
another thing that Red said that, Trouble wanted me to make sure we pointed out and kept a star on was you choose who you follow. So make sure you're choosing the right people. Like Mike Ball said, stay true to yourself. No, we do not have an Instagram set up yet. We don't have
Correct.
a Facebook for the channel set up yet, but we do have our
I got.
personal Facebooks.
Yeah.
Um, Mine's that guy Frost. It's got the same pictures. You can't miss it.
And mine is
His
easy
is
thought.
Easy Thoughts. The letters EZ and then Thoughts with a Z, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct.
Okay, so Easy Thoughts, and that's on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you can also find us on the other channels as well. Like I said, we do stuff and we collaborate with Mike Ball down here in the comments, with Archbishop and Big Bone over at the Big Boneyard. I know you've seen us in the chats last night over there, and what an amazing show they had. That was some great
Wow.
content last night.
Great
And
content.
I'm not even gonna lie. And BD being stuck in that little redneck town, boy, he showed that and showed there was like 6 stores, and then that white
Yeah.
picket fence. And I was like, oh hell, Black Dragons in the sundown town. He need to get the hell out of there.
Yeah. Fact. Fact.
Waterboy, we are trying at tax time at the latest. If the whole filming thing pops off before then we'll be down there before then, hoping so. Cause I'm gonna try to talk Trouble into working out something to get down there together
Yeah.
and make it work that way, make it a little bit cheaper for both of us.
Yeah.
But my bike's still down. Um,
Mine ain't.
my kids is still on here, so I'm gonna say goodnight and I love them to them. Shout out to the Rugrats. Mike Ball, I know you just had a new baby, but you haven't really done it for as long. So if you want any more Rugrats, hit me up. I got a couple I'll send your way. Get me some extra bike time. I might even be willing to trade for that Dyna you got. So we'll talk about that. But any final words for you, bro?
Yeah, man. First and foremost, man, I want to say I appreciate everybody for the interacting, the comments, the topics. Waterboy, what up? I can come back down there too, bro. Like the fuck. But I'm messing with him. That's my bro. But nah, man. With everything that's been said tonight, I want to appreciate everybody. But just make sure, can't reiterate it enough. Make sure, you know what I'm saying, you do your hang around. If you're considering thinking about being a part of a motorcycle club, being a part of the set, whatever. Hang around. We don't know everything, but the things that we don't know, we will find out. Um, hey, reach out to us, like, share, subscribe, hit that cash app. And like I always say, man, two wheels, one love. Love y'all.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, like, share, subscribe, like Trouble said, and join us back. Hopefully, we will have an actual intro and title set up. Facts, Waterboy. See you soon. But hopefully, we'll have a title and all that stuff set up. Like I said, subscriptions ain't cheap these days. Capitalism and economy, inflation is a bitch because people done got greedy, which is something that they talked about last night on the Big Boneyard. How events have even changed because of that. Someone told Archbishop $60 for a pizza. Did you catch that?
Bro,
$60.
when he said $60 and then he came back and said, "You mean 16?" No, 60. Bruh, I dropped the phone. I say, "No way in hell I'm gonna pay $60 for a damn Circle K piece." You serious?
Bro, I don't give a shit. I know that my wife's on here and she's probably gonna say something about it. But if I'm paying $60 for a pizza, that better come with a great blowjob and whatever
It better.
outstanding service that you have going on after that,
It better.
because $60 is not worth it.
Nice.
Not for a pizza. I'm
Nah,
I'm I'm Sicilian and I love pizza. I'm a fat ass with a gut because my wife feeds me well. But no, $60 for a pizza, you better kiss my ass. He said it was like the same quality that they selling at like the gas stations, like Speedway and shit. And
bro.
don't get me
I'm
wrong.
good.
Now, I'm one to hit up Speedway because they got them badass breakfast pizzas and they like $7 for a large.
Bro,
And
but it's still 2 for $5 slices. Like, dude, I'm not paying $60, bro. I'm not doing it.
exactly. You got to think
I go to
eight slices, eight slices.
$60. We can go to Calabash and damn do our damn thing for everybody.
But I do want to say we do appreciate y'all. Don't forget to hit us up. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm about to go in here and smoke and pass the fuck out for tonight. So see you again in however many days, because we do not have a set schedule. We will not be on Sundays because we are not stealing somebody else's time slots, because we have respect for the people who paid the way to get here. All those links are in the description in the channel. So make sure you check that out as well. Show some love to everybody. And with that being said, man, Trouble.
Hey man. Once again, peace, love, and happiness. Each one teach one. Stole that from another one. However, we're gonna bring it back and do it after another sun. Love y'all, man. We out of here.
Peace.
Peace.